Benji, welcome. Benji, are telcos ready for the next generation of technologies?
I believe we're overready, we're overcapitalized. I also see this era of AI. I mean, everything and anything today has been about AI. And what is quite interesting that I find is that it's almost a repeat of the past. So before we had the hyperscalers, we had the OTTs, we had WhatsApp. And it feels a little bit of a repeat of the past that we underestimate how ready we are for the future. And we should stay humble, but at the same time, actually take the lead on this. So there's AI for telco and telco for AI. So I think we are ready, and we need to get ahead of the curve. And more concerning is a little bit on the geopolitical side. So that I would say is where we might be a little bit less prepared.
There's a shift there, to be sure. What is the smartest way to navigate that shift, though? To being ready, to really fully taking advantage?
I believe it's also about being humane in the way that we approach the future. It is just data, right? At the end of the day, without data, without networks, there is no proliferation of future digital dexterity. And they're keeping it humane, I think, is going to be really important. So how far do you also embed in your DNA as a company the ethics that comes with the next future? How your leaders embrace it, how your leaders also become vulnerable when they don't understand something, how far they augment themselves with an agentic AI partner next to them, and also how they challenge your employees. So how I also see my teams right now, and I've worked with some of the most intelligent and smart people possible that I believe. And it's also because I do a little selection, of course, of who I hire, of course.
Of course.
Being ex-BCG, I've been trained well. But I believe there it's really, really important also how you challenge your team members to say, hey, I hear you telling me information and you're giving me great trends, but are you just repeating what a machine told you? Or are you actually digesting it and actually giving me your advice? How are you augmenting it? So that's going to be the interesting part, I think.
Talking of advice, what one piece of advice would you give to telco leaders for 2025?
Emotion is not a bad thing. Emotion is what keeps us human. Emotion is what differentiates us from machines. And emotion is what makes a leader great. So that empathy, that emotion, keep it, protect it. And then I think we'll be good.
Benji, thank you so much for your time. A pleasure.
Yeah, thank you.